The traditional way of gluing the various different ordinances onto the pylons has been using super glue after everything has been painted. Now, there are some issues with that in that they often get bumped and are the first things to actually fall off a model, and therefore tend to get re-glued multiple times. So an alternative is to use rare earth magnets. They allow you to actually put the weapon stores on or off the actual aircraft as much as you please. So the first thing you need to do is you need to actually drill recesses where the magnets will go. Make sure that you get a drill bit that is just slightly bigger than the actual rare earth magnet. So you'll need to do a little bit of measuring. Once you've found the right drill piece, carefully drill the holes out. Sometimes you can go not all the way through. Then once the holes are drilled, sometimes you'll drill all the way through. It doesn't really matter, although if you can have a little bit of a base, it does help in keeping the magnets in place. The number of magnets that you'll need really depends on the weight of the ordnance, but generally speaking you shouldn't need more than about 4. So once you've finished drilling all the holes, put a little bit of CA glue in each of the holes, and then just grab one of the magnets and place one per hole. It doesn't really matter which way it faces, just put them in there, make sure that they're nice and flush, and then once they're in, what you can do is just, with a cotton bud, you can just very gently wipe off any excess glue. I often don't use putty to actually seal these in, just because I want as little interference between the magnets. Even though they are quite strong, it's good just to have magnet on magnet. And really you shouldn't be seeing the actual surfaces where the magnets are anyway. So once the magnets are in place in the actual pylon, what you need to then do is to get the ordnance that will be attached to the pylon, and to very carefully line up where you'll need to drill the holes in order to place the magnets on the actual ordnance. It is actually somewhat important that you line up the magnets carefully so that the actual holes that you'll be drilling in the ordnance matches where the magnets are in the pylon. Again, even though the magnets are strong, they do really need to be in a vertical line as much as possible. So once you're satisfied that everything lines up properly, then it's simply a matter of drilling out the holes in the actual ordnance. At this point, it's probably worthy to note that not every scale, especially 1/72 scale, may be suitable to actually have these magnets installed. It really does depend on the size of the ordnance and whether there's enough space to drill a hole. Now comes the somewhat tricky part, and that is, as you can see, all magnets have a north and south. You really need to make sure that when you install the magnets into the ordnance, that it's correctly aligned, because if it's not, the magnets will be repulsing each other rather than attracting, which will be a disaster. So the easiest way to do this is to simply place the magnets on top of each other and mark the rear of the magnet. Once the magnet has been marked, you can then place the magnet on a pair of tweezers. Make sure that the marked end is on the underside, and then simply place it in the hole and slide the magnet off the tweezers. To seal the magnet in place, simply use a little bit of CA kicker that will then instantly set it. Just be aware that sometimes the magnets do actually want to rotate slightly, especially if it's the second or subsequent magnet, because the other magnets might be exerting a slight force on it. So go through and fill out the rest of the magnets in all the holes and make sure that they're in place nice and snug. Occasionally you do get one that might not fit in the hole completely, so you can either drill it out a little bit, or alternatively you can just try and gently force it in place with either a toothpick or other non-metallic object. Again, it doesn't really matter if it's slightly raised above, because you shouldn't be seeing it. that's all for this episode of Scale Model Cinema. I hope you enjoyed it and will join us again in the future. Check out other videos at scalemodelcinema.com or like us on Facebook. Cheers.